Hello, 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 Minnesota Whiskey Fanatics. It is day 10. Today we have, let's see, Steve, Google, can't say the last name, but Steve got us some Maker's Mark Cask Strength. It looks like this one is a barrel selection. The cool thing about Maker's Mark barrel picks are that you get to choose the staves. Stores get to choose the staves. They leave it in there for I don't know how many months, and then they go back to it. And really, there are hundreds of thousands of different combinations of these staves that you can finish the whiskey and make it really personalized to every different shot. So let's dig in. Cool thing about this too, it's a weeder, which I know was made famous by the Wellers and the Pappies. Of course, Pappy season in Iowa is this week. Lord knows I probably won't be getting one, but nevertheless, this is an option. And it is as special, if not more special, because if you think about it, one barrel is really the only one. Unless somebody copies the staves, it is really each Maker's Mark barrel is really a unicorn. So I really do think this stuff stands up. No, it is not 15 years old, but nevertheless, it's still very good stuff. I believe it's 5 to 7 years old. Don't quote me on it. Stuff's good. Stuff's really good. You can tell it's a weeder. This one I'm getting a bit of a bite to it. I'm not sure if it's one of the higher proof barrels or what. But it's good. It's got some good spice. A good bite. Not that a bite's a bad thing by any means. It's got a good bite to it. Let's compare it to a couple of other weeders. Let's go. You know, they say those French staves give it the coffee notes. I definitely see where they're coming from. I do get some coffee in there. Let's see. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Here we go. Number one, we've got Larceny. This one should be a similar age. This one's 92 proof. And I should have a budget weeder somewhere. Oh, here we go. Rebel Yell 100. This one is a budget. And so you can do a bit of a comparison. And if everybody was wondering, yes, I do own a onesie. I absolutely love this thing. It's nice and warm during the Minnesota and Iowa winters. I own two of them. So if anybody's looking for a onesie, one piece onesie is absolutely fantastic. Now compared to the Rebel Yell 100, this stuff's like 15 bucks around me, and it just blows it away. I would even say that regular Makers blows this away. 100 proof, say around 4 years old, so don't get me wrong, it's special at the price point because there really isn't much of that price point, especially over 80 proof, but it's just a lower tier. However, getting into Larceny, I was always a big Old Fitz fan. The history of it, it was Stitzel Weller, then went to Heaven Hill. There was quite a bit of time where Old Fitzgerald was bottled by the famous Van Winkles. And now Larceny, as you can tell on the label, John Fitzgerald Larceny, it's just a rebrand of the classic Old Fitz. Now, the real reason why I wanted to compare it, this stuff maybe 20 bucks, and it's a weeder, and similar age to this. Not so strong, again, that one's a higher proof. There's one more thing I do want to compare it to. Let me see if I can find it. I've got a bunch of unopened ones somewhere. Found it. I found it. All I had to do was look a little bit. Here we go. What do we have here? Oh, it's Weller Antique. This should be the same age. And I think this is a fair comparison. Now, this stuff is supposed to be, I think now it's close to 60 bucks retail or 50 bucks. They just bumped it up. It used to be, let's see, 30 to 35 around Ohio. This is this year and last year. So let's compare. A little more cherry here. Stuff's good. This stuff is really good. And especially at the price point, I think these go for what, 70 bucks? Holds its own. I'll tell you right now that for all you chasing this stuff right here, I get it, it's fantastic. I chase it, don't get me wrong. But this is going to be available a lot more. This one, you're going to see sitting on shelves. This one, you know, it's not going to be hard to even find it online and get somebody to ship it to you at cost. And it's really worth every penny. It truly is. At the, I think it's $60 price range, Weller versus this, I would say go with the Weller. It's going to be a lot easier to find, or sorry, go with the Makers. It's going to be a lot easier to find for a lot of people and still tastes just as fantastic as this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I took a little bit longer than I thought, but I wanted to find this for you to compare. Are they similar? Not really. This one's got more cherry. This one's got different notes, although they're both weeders. I think they're around the same age too, but nevertheless, this Maker's Mark stands up, and it's absolutely fantastic for the price. Super interesting what they're doing with the staves. They're doing sort of something that I would like to see other distilleries doing. It's really interesting how quickly those staves add flavor. I mean, a few months gets you these chocolatey notes and these you know, cherry and the oak, and it's really impressive. So hopefully we'll see more distilleries doing that, and I'm going to let you guys go. Have a nice night.